Good evening and welcome to the stream on Promods 1, and I'm in Krakow at the moment, and I'm just going to load up here now and see where I can get a job to. I think so. That's a bit risky. One so. Well, I'm just deciding which job to actually take at the moment, so just bear with me. Some of them will be long haul, so we shall go and pick the roller up to go over to Grimsby in the UK.
Let's go. Turn left. Keep left and then turn left. Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Good evening, welcome to the stream, everybody. Just setting off here. I'm on the Promods 1 multiplayer. I'm currently in the city of Krakow in Poland, and I shall be going up to Grimsby if the load is still here, I hope, tonight, so feel free to hop on and join if you'd like to. Unless we take a risk and try and get up to no, I'll go to Grimsby. I think I will go to Iceland one day. It's just I don't know if my nerves will take going up there on this server at the moment tonight, but don't worry, I will go up there at another point in the future. So moving on to the hello gaming, and how are you this evening? I'm glad to see you made a wisest choice in your with your truck on the ATS there, one that you've got.
Turn right.
And things, and how's your day been? I know there'll probably be a lot of people at firework functions tonight, so
Go straight on. Get ready to turn left.
but there's enough of them going off around me at the moment, so like I'm missing out. And of course there's what a lot of people have gone to in, like particularly where I live, is the Skinning Grove bonfire, because that's only that's within a few miles of me actually. So yeah, about that. 136 was released as a full version for ATS today. I've had a quick look round in single player. Changes look very good, but I'll wait till Utah is released or MP gets updated for that. Yeah, I know some people are like that.
Keep right and then exit right.
So saying like some of what was happening at Skinning Grove from my neighbours flat, because they're in upstairs wanting to see right over to actually where they're letting them off and things, so I've seen some of the goings on there actually, so yeah, it was released this morning, the update, so I'm gonna try and keep not getting any race miles tonight, so although I haven't got speed limiter on, I'm gonna act as though it ain't on. Yeah, we had tried to farm in Sim 17, but I've still got 17, but I just can't get into it. Yeah, it's all DX11 now. There's some more truck dealers in the map, but they're not marked on the map. They're rebuilt, I think. Is it Sacrum? They've redone a couple of areas as well as changed some speed limits in some areas, but exactly what's what, because they only spent about a quarter of an hour on there. It's all about time to spend on there today, with one thing and another. So, still trying to put together a remembrance convoy, but I don't know if it'll be this weekend or at some other point. But it's basically got the route sorted out now. Just a matter of race sim to if I can help me organise it and advertising and what have you, because I'm not very good at that sort of thing. So actually, so you'd like to hop and join? I'm making my way from, well, I've left Krakow. I'm going to Grimsby in the UK tonight. I'm not in the mood to try Iceland tonight, though I will at some point. Yeah, and there's a couple more ownable trailers, but whether they're actually in yet or they're coming with Utah. There's a bulk grain thing trailer, like a cistern, and there's another trailer you can own, and then there's frac tanks, but I don't know if they're coming in with Utah or if they're in now, because I didn't really get time to go into it. So there's a good changelog on the scs.blog thing. Where is it? So, but it's all DX11 now. There's no DX9 on it. We've changed the anti-aliasing engine now, which I tried with it a little bit earlier, and some of the skyboxes transition night ones are a good bit darker than what they have been previously. So, but there's no new trucks in it, so it's still the same choice of the 5 that's in there. But with ATS, if there is ever any new trucks, they're always downloaded as free DLC anyway, so where it goes. Yeah, look at this beast I'm driving this way. You can see some of it. So I'm in the old Actros. It's a 600, 6x4, 12-speed retarder on a 6x4, didn't I? So yeah, wait, gaming, if you can get them in a sale or from cheap key sites, you'll save a fortune. I know recently New Mexico was down to £2.69 on Steam in the sale. Halloween, but they do normally have a Black Friday one as well, so yeah, well, as I say, I've got them all. I've got at least one of every make on this profile. I'm just doing different one each week, because I don't mind the variety of trucks. So I've done long periods of driving the same one for a while, so like all trucks in the game, including the ones everybody hates, they all have the good points and they all have the bad points. So I did go spare 10 minutes earlier today. I had streamed it or recorded it, because I have to get my wheel working right and remember that the trucks on that game handle a hell of a lot differently. But I have had a go on the old UK Truck Simulator today, which is a predecessor of this game, just one of them, that I probably won't feature on the channel yet, but you never know. So if you're watching there and you like the stream, please feel free to leave a like or thumbs down, whichever you may choose. Subscribe to the channel for more content, and if you select all, you get notified for when I go live or upload more content. Feel free to share it out on social media, and check out each other's channels as well. Gaming Guitar Guy, some brilliant time-lapse videos and some other things, and occasionally live streams himself, so check him out as well. And I don't know how long I'm streaming for, it depends how long I feel like tonight. So we have a good bit to go on this journey actually tonight. We have nearly 1100 miles to do, but of course some of that will be ferry. So and I've done just over 100 miles of this journey so far, so concentrating doing it here. And if you see it on camera, because I look further up, but I've got a metal poppy badge on and things, because it's some coming up Remembrance Sunday. Yeah, there you go, time-lapse streams and commentary videos, there you go. Yeah, there's plenty of them around. I haven't got one this year, but I've got one I got last year and a wristband and things, so the army cadets will be around about where I live, outside the post office and things, I would think, before long. So from the Green Howards, but I still have that. I don't know if it'll pick it up or not. That one I have, wristband one. God, there was some delay on that then. Oh, I've slipped off live, that's why. So, hey, good evening, Mr. Sweet. And how are you this evening? I trust you well. Yeah, wait. Your videos look actually spot on, and I've just earned some race miles tonight, but not bothered. Yeah, wait. I still have to get the hang of time lapsing properly. I know when to speed them up and slow them down when they're editing, so I know how to cut bits out of them when I'm recording them. Just use OBS and use the pausing feature. I'm not doing too bad. I've had a bit of a busy, hectic day, so I thought I'd come on here and do a couple of hours on this and just relax a bit. So, if you'd like to join our friendly VTC, there should be a link to the Road Warriors in the description there. Over 16. The new requirement each month is 3,000 miles on ETS2, 3,000 miles on ATS, and if you only own one of the games, I think it's 6,000, but let Ray know. No, I don't have music as well gaming. It's because quite frankly, I admit I don't know how to do it, basically, and I don't know what's legal to use and what isn't, but I know there's copyright stuff and non-copyright stuff I could use, so I'll have to look into some of that. But a lot of the music that I found that people use, it's, I would term it's for the younger generation than myself, so so I haven't been making videos or streaming really that long, so I'm still on a learning curve with it. So I just thank each and every one of you for spending some time this evening to watch the stream. Watch it for a bit. If you like it, leave a like. Feel free to share it out on social media, whichever platforms you use, and yeah, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you get notifications when I go live or upload more content. And please feel free to check out any music.
Keep left.
Yeah, wait, I don't mind some rock music, but if I say I prefer like some country rock style stuff like that, or outlaw country, I'd probably use that because that's the type of music I actually prefer, so but that's just my choice really, so I still have a lot to learn, put it that way. Once I pick things up I can do them, but it takes me a while to get there doing them, so you can do DM them to me and I'll have a look into them actually, so that's just I haven't got many moderators at all, so now the chat is they get one warning which results in a timeout, and then after that I'll decide if anybody's offensive. or what have you. So there is some stream rules. Yeah, well, I think some of the stuff that I like, actually, the artists have actually passed away, so... Because I'd love to use, like, if you've heard of a group that... They were short-lived. They had 4 of the biggest stars in. Or what have you. So if you've ever heard of the Highwayman, that band used to consist of Johnny Cash, who's been deceased many years. Waylon Jennings, another great artist who's been deceased many years. Then there was Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson. But if you haven't heard of Chris Christopherson, he's the gentleman that played the rubber duck in Convoy, but he was a prolific songwriter as well as a singer himself. Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. So I'll say I haven't got many moderators, so and I say and things, so I'll have to sort out some things. And you're very welcome, gaming guitar guy. So there is some stream rules in here. Misdemeanor now. They get a timeout on the first offence, and the second offence I'll let you know whether it's what to do from there, but you can always use your discretion. Yeah, wait, I'm 44, and basically music over the last 20 years or so hasn't advanced. It's all the same dirge, just repeated in a different format. But to admit, I don't mind some of George Ezra stuff or Ed Sheeran's, but a lot of the other I don't. Still don't prefer to listen to a lot of the 60s and 70s stuff, and some from the 80s as well. But to mine is these ones that just chop in bits of old songs, or some of the most cover versions, but not all of them, because if an artist wants to release a cover version, I think they should improve it or change it. But saying that, like, one of the best cover version songs I think of that's like the original but a little bit different, that would be when Tina Turner and Ike Turner covered Proud Mary. It's the old Creedence Clearwater Revival song. Yeah, where some of the lyrics, I think, in one of the songs where he got drunk up the park at 17 and what have you, went his mates, that was relevant because that was like experience for me. So, but that is, it's my preference on music. So a lot of years, because I won't go into it. Basically, I was bullied a lot when I was younger and a teenager, and I spent a lot of time listening to radio and what have you, and then I got diversifying and listening to like some of the older music as well, like on well, I know it's still on, but it's on at a God Earthly Hour now, like when Brian Matthews did Sound of the 60s on a Saturday morning on Radio 2. Matthews. Tony Blackburn does it now, but it's on at 6 o'clock. Yeah, wait, I don't mind that, because look at it, I think that song has one hell of a kick in it when she picks up the speed and what have you in it, and Yeah, if you can find, there's a video of it on YouTube. You can find, I think it's a version from 1973 when she was still with Ike Turner. That's not a bad version. But then again, there's another name in the music industry as well that lads have forgotten these days, and he played with a band that was once considered the first rock and roll record, which I think was Rocket 88. That was mid-50s, I think it was. But the things, Ghost Riders in the Sky's been covered that, a lot of times, and basically the same basic Stan James song, and that didn't do that well when it first came out. Burl Ives covered it not long after it was released, and that suddenly became popular. But there's been some good versions of that. Dwayne Eddy's is a good instrumental version of that song as well. Oh yeah, an earworm, right? And one, you know, State Squad are big into rocking all over the world. That was a cover version, because I think that was either John Fogerty or Clear Clean and Swart Revival did that song way before that. Tony Basil, Hey Mickey, that's considered the original song, but I wouldn't consider that an original song because it's a reworded version of Hey Kitty that Racy did in the 70s. I can buy you some music trivia, so I know who it was who pioneered multi-track recording, and it goes a lot further back than the Beatles, which some people think it is. Multi-track recording goes back to about 1951, and the first song to actually use it was Les Paul and Mary Ford, How High the Moon, because it was Les Paul that invented it, basically. He was first to use it. Record company didn't like the record, but he insisted on it was released, and it was highly popular at the time apparently, so and that, so I don't know everything about music, but I know some of the important bits, so I haven't, but that's but no. I don't know if any of get programs. It's on a Saturday evening here after 8 o'clock. BBC introducing where I like to bring like some bands local to you, unsigned bands, because there's actually been some good songs on there. Yeah, well actually if you look up at what he invented, and none of them, I don't know if you call it the pulverizer or something, one where he used to use a box for doing different things. That on guitar, it was actually primitive remote control linked up to his tape machines. Get that effect on them, so actually some guitarists who I think are brilliant and not that well recognised actually. Jerry Reed was a good guitarist, but country, and Jerry Reed, no, he was a country singer and actor. He was most famous for playing the snowman in Smokey and the Bandit, the one that drove the wagon. That was Jerry Reed. Well, I know what that is. It's one of them 2-click phone calls. I've had a few from that number today. Yeah, there's Les Paul, were Gibson, weren't there? Les Pauls, and then there was Fender and quite a few more, but I say I'm not that musical. Yeah, guitarist Dave Gilmore, good guitarist. There was Dwayne Eddy, hell of a guitarist, Burt Wheeldon, but these are going back some of the further generations, further back than Slash and Clapton and what have you. Chet Atkins as well, but going back real early days with those. Chetler taught quite a few of the stars actually, Les Paul, to the stars now that's good guitarists actually to play and what have you, so are influenced a lot. So yeah, we are associate them with Gibson. So, but like I say, I'm not an expert on guitars or musical instruments, but I know some of the makes in them. Really, so don't know which I prefer sound of actually off an artist, a Gibson or a Fender, so but it's just it has to be out of Marshall amps if I do hear any. But I might not be the best now, I don't know. So yes, I'm okay. Kevin, are you? Or is that Nicky tonight? Yeah, well, is it Gibsons are more bassy and Fenders are more like lighter on the sound, because most of the sound of the Shadows was from Fenders, I believe, Stratocasters and what have you. They did some unique instrumental cover versions of songs as well in the day. Yeah, good. Thought you'll be going down Grove, Kevin, tonight. Or can you see him from your flat? So just say that's the trouble these days, gaming, is listening to music is they've advanced the features on them, but there isn't the quality of sound on the modern hi-fis as what they say was from the ones from the 70s, the golden era. So I haven't got it now, and I wish I still had. I used to have an old massive big JVC receiver, JRS 201L, which was a big one. It was like a tuner and amp in one, rated at 25 watts, but I lined it up against something newer with more power, and that didn't half blast it out than newer stuff. But it's like telesound. They've enhanced the quality of the pictures and the panels and what have you in them, but they've left the sound. The sound has gone back over in them. But that's just my opinion. It not anybody else's on them, so. Things. I'm somewhere between Krakow and Grimsby. I'm not too sure where I am at the moment. I just keep driving, so where it tells me to go. I think I'm in Germany now. I can't tell off that either. Yeah, I must be. So
Keep right.
as I say, there's different. Say you'll know what I know
Right.
compared to you
And
about
then
guitars.
exit right.
Will be unbelievable what
Exit
you know.
right.
So and things. So in actual theory gaming, I don't know. Said you would be, but couldn't you play your own music and put it on your videos? Or would that infringe copyright and things like that? Yeah, good evening, Ray, and how are you this evening? I'm just doing a couple of quick runs on here tonight. I'm on promods 1. I'm in Germany somewhere. I'm going up to Grimsby. So, and how are you this evening, Ray? Well, I just wish I could play an instrument. So, not too bad, Ray. I had a bit of a hectic one again today, but come on here for a bit to relax. And
Keep right. And then continue straight
the
on.
route that sent you on DM last night works, but I'm not going to go around
Straight
Channel
on.
Islands because they're awkward to get around. So, as I said, we will have to finalise it. And I've done brief history of some of the key events of both wars, so I may use that in narration if I went to the convoy. I may not. But what I will have to do, but I'll DM you as well about this, is I may type some of it out and send some of it on to yourself or whoever would be willing to read a little bit of it in case my voice goes or anything while I'm doing it, if you know what I mean by that. Alright, so you'll have to see what you can do, because there's supposed to be some good recording software in there about now for PCs and what have you, that's like open source stuff, but you'd have to have a word with somebody who can actually use that, really. So
Straight on.
yeah, but be great. You can't make music with proper instruments being played in it, rather than some of the electronic stuff that's about now, really. So, but say I don't like the real heavy hardcore type of rave stuff, but I know a lot of people do. Mainly I was put off that with having it blasted through the bedroom walls, and so much that from next door and lived with mum and dad in the terraced house at all hours of the morning. So yeah, wait, what you had on actually, Ray, wasn't too bad for most of it, what I saw of it, and then all of a sudden it ended. Oh, I know I said I don't like the real heavy hardcore ravey stuff, but like trance type of music I don't mind. So it's funny enough that Road Standstorm has the same effect on me as what David Bowie's Space Oddity does. It just totally chills me out and relaxes me. But that might sound weird because they're two different styles of music, really. So I know the mic I'm using now is not the best, but it does the job.
Keep right, and then exit right.
So and things.
Exit right.
So I've never used any music in any of mine yet, but I'm gonna have to look into it, especially if I start time lapsing some. But I say, if you've heard me in some of the race trains, like yesterday trying to sing a little bit, you get a shock. Really. It's like so, and even if you got a PRS license, you still couldn't use copyrighted music and videos because that would still breaks copyright, although PRS does cover you for an audience of up to so many if you get the right type of license, I believe. Oh, I totally. Oh, aren't they in existence nowadays? So yeah, if you're still there, I think the last one I heard had a bit of Imagine John Lennon in that you had on your channel, and then to nip out for 5 minutes, come back, and then the stream had gone.
Keep left.
So there you go. Oh, now I know where I am. I'm getting near Cologne. I'm near Cologne. We're concentrating, chatting, talking. Not really took much notice of where I am on the map. About halfway through the journey now, I would say.
Keep right. Keep right, and then turn right.
No. I haven't had an afternoon nap today like I normally had because I needed to do, and then Charlie and maybe doze off for half an hour. get settled down and neighbour come. It's parcel or what have you, so never bothered after that. Then I've had quite a few rubbishy phone calls, all offering to save me money on me gas electric, trying to flog me life insurance, accident claims, and a whole bunch of them today. But surely I'll get days like that. I haven't had any calls reportedly from Ofcom or technical department saying the internet's going to be cut off. But how many of them phone calls do people actually get a day, and how many's gullible enough to respond to them? I don't. And of course, you keep getting them phone calls on your mobile or the landline, which is the post office one I use the most. Otherwise, because I haven't decided I'll give anybody the phone number I got when I joined Virgin Media yet, so I'll have all that to come. I don't have a single player promods profile, but I haven't done much with that one up to now. Yeah, you'll get the same as us if the autumn rates are working near your house, either connecting or disconnecting somebody, or doing something. They all seem to knock other people off while they're doing it. Because I've had that quite a few times. And then when they're doing work for your phone company, or make reports, it could be this, that and the other, they send you emails when you have no method of getting the emails because you've got no internet, and that's your problem in the first place. Right, but that's a sore point after technically they missed 7 appointments with me, and company up and said, well, so we have sent you an email and things about them. I said, look,
Right,
go back into the records. You say I've had no internet for a couple of weeks now, and that. So I said, well, you thought back it was your router. I said I told them that on the first phone call, so they sent another engineer out. He come and a different firm, Cublix. They're actually quite good. Well, in the morning he was due to come. I got a phone call off him, and then I'm sorry about this. I thought, oh, here we go again. They're going to cancel the appointment, but no. And he said about this, but would you mind if I came about 11 o'clock instead of this morning, instead of 3 o'clock this afternoon? And I said fine. So connected up, did all the checks, all was fine, and that, and it was router in the end. But he was the only one that offered like to check the flat for dead spots, because the room where I'm in, I cannot get a wireless signal at all. And yet a room that's equal distance away from the router as this one is, signals full out, full on the router. So things, of course, they didn't offer me discs or anything free, And I've got another mucky Merc passing me now. So because of them mucking me about, after the first couple of missed appointments, phone Virgin up to come and installed it, I've had no problems.
Keep right.
But for me to leave the post office, it was going to cost me more to cancel my contract than to pay the monthly fee what I negotiated with them when I took the contract out. That's why I technically have two internets at the moment, but I don't use post office one. I couldn't stream off it anyway because it's too slow. Okay, so how are we all this evening? Who's watching the stream? Have you had an interesting day? Or no, just playing ordinary day like I have. Yeah, wait, there was a big difference why I went with the post office actually over BT at the time, and because it was way cheaper than BT. And plus the fact is, the post office reconnected the line when I moved into this, when I wanted the internet for free, where BT it was 140 something pound for that. And then good to an end. Your contract comes to an end with the post office, you can get same deals as what they offer new customers and a bit better. So last time I renegotiated, I got my phone and broadband down to £15 a month, and I don't think there's any company could beat that for the non-fibre.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Must admit though, gaming,
Exit right.
the post office routers are rubbish. And talks are as well. Because was in the flat above where I am now, I used to be able to get wireless signal and wireless broadband with a dongle in the window from my mother's flat, which is next door but one to where I am. And that's but now, when she got a new router off them, couldn't. So it's I think with what they've done it crafty is, with a new, building a new routers down to the price, they're deliberately not making them as powerful, so they can charge you extra services for these discs or whatever they use to boost Wi-Fi signals. So with the post office broadband, I did get £30 compensation in at the end, but when I checked my bill that I've just got off them, I found there's another credit for £30 on there, plus another 15 because it was 3 weeks I didn't have any. So a nasty letter I sent them must have worked. Anyway, so yeah, we are know a couple of people who still use post office Wi-Fi, so my neighbours do. I feel sorry for him because it was me that recommended them. And at the moment my mother's on post office, so her contract runs out 2 days after mine does, so I'm about getting changed over to a different company
Keep left.
when I can. if she's willing to change. So and I know the speed for downloads what I'm getting off this router is lower in this room than what I would get connecting direct in the living room to it, but it home plugs all the slows a little bit anyway, so the computer and gaming on are still getting about 80 down when I get just over 100 in the living room, so and upload speeds are actually slightly more than what the quoted at, so I can't complain about that really. Getting back to your ATS, map expansions I go for first with that is Oregon and Washington. That's currently released. I know Utah's coming out this week, so but there's a lot of like scenic roads and stuff in those two DLCs, so enjoy you, man. I've done a full profile where I own all the garages, got all the trucks, actually using a 370 horsepower Kenworth W900, so
Keep left.
it goes, and yeah, well, the cargo ones are worth it, but to use the forestry one properly, you'll need to get either Oregon or Washington, because that's where the harbour sites are mainly on the map. And if you do get Washington, look for the forestry harbour site that's outside Bellingham. That's a nice road up to that.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
So
Exit now.
so it's a pity you've just missed the sale actually that was on for Halloween. So if you've got to run your profile on single player rather than multiplayer, Jazzy Cat's trailer and cargo pack's quite good to get because it gives a lot more variety of jobs like in the freight market side of things.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Exit
I got
right.
don't know what I got actually. I got, I think, the Halloween paint job pack in the sale, but I didn't get anything else because I already have all the cargo and the map DLCs for this, so I've got to either buying like a package with them in or when they're being on sale. So their pack, if like say the map booster pack on ETS2, you get that in the sale. If you've got any DLCs, it's already in it. It just knocks the cost of them out what you pay, so you do still get a good bit of discount as well. So yeah, no problem gaming. Thanks for dropping by, and I'll catch you again
Keep right,
at
and
some
then
point,
exit right.
near point in the future, I hope. Hope I haven't bored you too much tonight.
Exit right.
So on our journey from Krakow, we're just getting to the Channel Tunnel now, and then I'll be going up to
Get ready to turn right.
Grimsby in the UK, which geographically is
Turn
in
right.
the county of Lincolnshire, I believe. It's Lincolnshire, or it's around that area somewhere. Board the train now and go up to Folkestone.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
Heading north then into Grimsby, where this
Find
load's
a new
been
route.
delivered to, which is an 8-ton roller. So, probably know this, but Promods vastly rebuilt the English side of the Channel Tunnel a couple of versions ago, and things, so you can get more effect actually when you're coming on the tunnel, see more changes than coming off it, but you'll catch me drift there if you're familiar with Promods. To get Promods to run an MP, you'll need to register a World of Trucks account and game registered on Steam, etc., and then have the Promods files in your mod folder, and then don't have to worry about load order because it sorts them out itself. So that's how it works. There.
Keep right and then exit right. Exit right.
This is feeling like a bit like deja vu for me because I actually got fuel at this fuel
Go straight
station
on.
yesterday. Well, it's playing in single player, so stop now and fill the tank up so I can go a bit further so I don't run out. Still alive, yeah, so Grimsby, so if any of you are watching that would like to hop on and have a drive with me, that's perfectly fine. So next port of call will be Grimsby, but you can meet up with me on my route somewhere if you'd like to. Right now till I get out the stupid silly town speed limits that MP imposes on you. So entered, then we left, then we entered, then we just left again in the quick of a flash, so you just have to wait for these sorting out now.
Keep right.
Just check what that's doing. Oh, it's doing okay. Not many people around. Which is what I like and don't like about MP Promods. That you can drive for hundreds and hundreds of miles and not see hardly anybody, and then They'll be congregating all in certain areas, so
Keep right.
here, and then come up to here. Things. So good evening and welcome to the stream if you've just joined, or thank you if you've been watching a while for spending some time with me this evening while I play on promods MP. Or if you want to, you feel like having a drive with me, you're more than welcome to join anytime. The miles I do are being recorded on Truckbooks for the Road Warriors VTC, which there's a link in the description that you're quite freely to join if you're over the age of 16. The new requirements for the Warriors are 3,000 miles a month in ETS2, 3,000 miles a month in ATS, or I think it's now 6,000 if you only have one of the games, but you'd have to let Ray know that. That's Mr. Ray Sim. I'll put a link to Discord in the description. There's an email address for the channel in the description as well. That's whitby1975 at virginmedia.com.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Feel free to share this stream out on whichever social media platforms you use, and
keep right, and then
subscribe to the
left.
channel to get notified for when I go live next to upload more content. And feel free to leave a like or a thumbs down, but I'd appreciate some feedback to know what I'm doing well and not doing so well, so I know what elements of things I could improve on. And if you didn't know this, I hate cars on MP. I don't think they have a place on a trucking simulator, but I didn't write the program for this, and it was a bad day when they added them in for people to use. They have a purpose if they're actually piloting proper convoys and rules of the road, and not just thinking convoys have every right to. Display spirits, these idiots that just use them flying up and down, slamming into things and then towing the caravans. They're useless, because cars aren't supposed to tow a trailer yet under the driving licence categories. In the UK, a caravan is classed as a trailer. I don't know what it's like throughout the rest of Europe because I haven't looked into it, but it's the same. So, but I'm sure everybody has a gripe somewhere about MP.
Keep left.
The main one though is lack of moderation on some of the servers. I watched
Exit now.
hello YouTubers. Well, I watched the video of his stream because I could fortunately watch it live due to the time difference between here and where he is, and was on a straight bit of road like this, another truck come and merged on, slammed into him, flipped him over, and then the person that flipped him over reported him for ramming and blocking. So the one who actually did the ramming didn't get banned, the victim got banned.
And then turn left.
But it's just MP for, you know, I've been lucky so far, I've never been banned yet, but it happens to a lot of people now and again that they can get banned for the least little thing, and then those that cause mayhem seem to get away with murder, but it's all it's been like. on MP for, well, as long as I've been playing it, which is about 3 years or so on and off. I've been rolling MP because at one time I got that peed off with what was going on in there, that I kept, well, I saved a profile to a thing, but I sold all the trucks off it and just kept the profile there for other things, and then after a while back onto MP, and of course I had to buy the trucks again, so that's why some of the trucks I've got, well, none of them have that higher mileage on them really. I used to have some real mileage trucks. I had a few that had done well over 100,000 mile, but I sold them all off. So when I come on to MP, I just used profile and bought trucks again as when I felt like it. So continue this journey now. Feel free to chat among yourselves, or if you don't know anything, just ask in textbook the chat, but just abide by the stream rules that should be in the description somewhere. I'll try and answer you if I can. So still got a lot to learn about videos and streaming and things, so but I'm getting there. Like the channel's main page, you'll see a list of recommended channels there. I recommend you go and check those out if you haven't done so already, and the live just say that I sent you over, and it's those that have supported me in certain aspects of things are it's worthwhile checking out. That's there. So there's Race Sim there, who does a variety of different games and chucking and things like that, but he also BTC what to drive for. There's Captain Crichburn, which is a good sound to get sound mods. If he's working on any posts, sometimes post work in progress videos in there, and then when they're done he posts his finished sounds in there, so you can see and hear what they're like direct from the author and things. I think there's PT Gaming on there. If he isn't, he soon will be. He's a small YouTuber that hasn't been doing it that long like myself and things. And then there's a big YouTuber on there, Mark Armstrong Gaming. He does a variety of like farm sim, racing games, trucking games, things like that. He's done some of him building PCs and boxing things he's had donated to him, or got through sponsorship, or bought with his donation money and what have you. So he's an alright guy, and his dad's a real nice guy as well that's on with him, Neil, usually. So we're gonna check him out as well. More. So if you want to know how to get promods to work properly on multiplayer, Mr. Wombat Chucker has released a video today explaining that through step by step, but there is some other videos as well, you know, how to install promods properly on a profile. Skull Gamer has released one within the last few weeks, and I do believe Matty Lee has one as well, and there's also one video that either one of them two's produced on YouTube about some of the errors what people can get when it comes up that promods is incompatible for some reason. Relation videos on there and how we can work out what it could possibly be. Check that for him. And then there's English Bob, he took videos, some of the gaming videos. He's recently done one where he's built a PC. Oh, scratch. What specs he's used, it's a fairly budget one, but do with it. And also he's a bit of a guru on Windows problems and on Linux problems as well. So if you Linux and you're not too sure, he's the man to go and check out and chat with when he's on live. So it's it's all about small communities coming together and helping support each other, helping where we can as well. So I've had a lot of support from like Race Sim, Oddball 76 Gaming, and English Bob helped me out with a few problems I was having sound in the early days. So the combination that actually helped me come to the settings now that I'm streaming with, the right levels, the audio levels, the bit rates and the output resolutions and what have you. So I will not ask you for any donations because I'm aiming for a link in for that, but if any of you would like to contact me via email, which is in the description, and I've put it on the channel yet because it's challenging, but I do actually have a PayPal mate account, but I haven't put it in the description. So if you email me, I can give you a link for that, and then you can donate, and then give you a shout out if you'd like to, but I won't ask anybody for anything, so bear that in mind. The specs of the PC I'm using, which is quite an old one now, are in the description. The recent addition what I made to the channel was I bought a webcam, so it cost me £22 on offer, and it's a Logitech 270 HD, so it's a cheap Logitech one, but I'm very impressed with the clarity of the pictures and things that are actually producing on stream and on some video calls that I do to some relatives now and again that wait, just say this, they're not that good on the phone, so it's you talk to them like face to face, so they get more relaxed on things like that. So and you're probably all just bored to tears now, aren't you? So I'll continue driving. I'll keep looking across at the chat to see if anyone's actually put anything on, and continue on. But I was expecting tonight to be a quiet night anyway, with it being a lot of bonfire celebrations, with it being the 5th of November, but when you get to a certain age, you haven't got kids, some of these things sometimes don't hold much appeal to you. So years I've had a bit of a rough, hectic day with one thing and another, and on here for a bit too, because I find this game relaxes me sometimes, most of the time. So I'll come on and share my play with you once again, like I've been doing very regularly recently. And plus the fact I've only spoken to one person today that wasn't a member of my own family. No, two. Spoke to neighbour when he couldn't pick this parcel up that he had to do while he was at work, and Well, no, and that's what the shop assistant in the post office, little Jasmine. If you don't know where West End post office is, but in there, you'll have a clue that there's a lovely little woman in there. Very nice, friendly and pleasant. I had a bit of conversation with her earlier on. Collecting the prescription, but there were that rushed in the chemist this morning that not so much of talk to any of them in there. I've come home, I've been up and down to my mother's umpteen times today. I'll have a bit of a break from everything this afternoon and what now and do, watch some telly and maybe have a snooze, and I didn't even manage to do that, get that done today, so probably sleep well tonight, but I don't see internet's going. And I hope the stream sounds okay and is running smoothly for you all tonight. I'm trying to work out where I am on the stream to where actually I'm on the road at the moment, so I think I'm a mile behind. Quite a few seconds behind actually, but that's normal. About 5-6 seconds normally delay I have on the stream to what actually I'm playing, so I'm actually speaking to you technically from the future. I'll try not to get race miles for this month, but I picked up yet a few more, but I try to stay under
At the roundabout, take
the
the
race
third
mile
exit.
limit if I can, but
Exit now.
approaching now our drop off, which will be Trade Hawks, and then I'll
Get ready.
see where we can get a load to from Grimsby.
Turn left and then keep right. Keep right and then turn right.
I think so.
Turn right.
And
It was a nice ride.
I will be streaming Utah at some point this week when it's released, because though you've probably seen some of that, because there's been some copies of that, some of the bigger YouTubers and Twitch streamers over the last few, since the weekend, and they've been streaming it also. So I'm not one of those lucky people who gets early access to things like that, so we'll check it when we get it. So it's done another excellent delivery there. We'll nip into the job market now, the freight market if there's any jobs showing in here. A bit of multiplayer, there sometimes isn't. Poland, we're around, try to look for somewhere that might be interesting. Tonight. Really, so I've just come from Poland. So really go back to Poland, so I think I'll a trip down into Valencia. So that's the job I'm gonna go for.
Ready to roll.
You know, here, so going down some of the UK, down through France, into Spain on this job. Actually, track creator for a change. I'll take one of those for a while. Looking to see if there's a double trailer, but there isn't. So just bring up the rough route for you here. That's still bearing to watch this. So relating grooms, you're going roughly the same route that we came. Reverse of the route to Channel Tunnel. Go across the tunnel. Pardon me if you've just heard that. Down to through France, Narbonne, Perpignan. So might be going through a little bit of Cairns, Manez, and then down into Valencia in southern Spain. Here, so we'll pick up that Discovery on our way to Norsken. So, as the lady said, we're going to get the job done.
Turn left. Keep right, and then turn right.
Now, so
Turn right. At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now.
I've actually been down to Spain much if at all on this profile, so some quite interesting areas in some places in Spain, so maybe seeing some of those on the stream. If I don't flip this truck over, that is, before we get there, which I've been known to do. Of course, there might not be as many people about tonight, with it being bonfire night and SCS released 1.36 for ATS earlier today, so some people will be playing on that as well. So put some content out for you all. So, don't tell man an MPG, considering this is a 600 horsepower engine. And it depends what time it is when I finish this job, if it'll be the last one or not. And I will be streaming again tomorrow evening, all being well, on Sim 2, which is the normal map service, the non-pro mods one, where I shall be probably leaving Oslo around 7 o'clock and just seeing where the job market takes us on that. So Thursday I may do a stream. I know I don't stream sometimes much on a Thursday or Friday or Saturday, but are being released, I may stream in the evening with that DLC, or earlier if it comes out earlier.
Get ready
My
to
circumstances on that day allow.
turn left.
If MP is compatible with it, I'll do it on MP, but more than likely it won't be, so that'll probably be a single player stream. Maybe on the Idiot's Guide profile, or it may be on
Get ready to turn
my
left.
multiplayer profile. That bit I'll decide on the day,
Turn left.
because I haven't put much ATS content out recently, that much, so I will be doing some, but I'll go through fits and starts with these games where I really hammer one for a while and then I don't bother with it as much. I'll switch on to the other one. So this channel is all about ATS and ATS2 at the moment, and probably for the foreseeable future as well. So how busy the roads will be when we get further on, or we actually see much of the traffic tonight, I just don't know, being on multiplayer, but tending to avoid the potentially crowded areas. So I know you're not good streaming wise, but you know, it gives me a chance to explore the map without being hindered too much, and a chance to see actually some of the mapping efforts that SCS has done, and especially promods side of things as well. So you're watching, and do join the Road Warriors VTC. I'm able on there to dispatch jobs via Tuckbooks now, because Ray very kindly made me the dispatcher over the last weekend. I wasn't expecting any position or anything in the company, but dispatches jobs, so I'm now able to dispatch jobs to VTC members if they are required. But I do have a couple of jobs dispatched for myself, so to see how the system actually worked, and it's quite easy, quite a simple procedure to do. So, but I can only dispatch on default cities in the default map and default countries. So, involves. Well, VTC does the couple of drives around on most mornings and
Keep right,
on MP
and
somewhere.
then continue straight on.
Hop and join with if you can talk with them and find
Go
out where
straight
they
on.
are. Which self on many occasions gone on with Mr. Pat Thomas normally, and that's PT Gaming channel, and sometimes Ray's on as well, joins us, and that I'm usually about somewhere. I'm willing to go on MP at any time, play the game, so on that convoys, and then just done a Halloween convoy the weekend before
Keep right,
Halloween.
and then continue straight on.
That where I went from Seattle down to Tucumcari in New Mexico,
Go straight on.
and I'm trying to put one together. This either this weekend or it might be a bit later taking part, because it do take a bit of organising and planning. We commemorate the Armistice Day, but I'll hopefully be doing a bit of like a potted history of some of the key moments and battles in like the Great War or World War One, depending what you know it as, and then the Second World War. So I think I'll be covering up to some of the events that led up to that. I've got conclusions of both. So, but obviously we ain't subject to can't cover everything within them when I do that convoy. Yeah, good evening and welcome to the stream if you've just joined there. Sit back, hope you yourself cover and having a pleasant evening, and just sit back and relax and enjoy your ride. And at any time feel free to check out each other's channels in the chat if there's anybody actually chatting at the moment. If you feel like it, you can leave me a thumbs up, share the stream out on whatever various social media platforms you use to do that. And if you would like to, you could subscribe to the channel and ring the bell and put on all notifications so you get notifications when I go live next, or upload more content. So if you want to ask me anything, please keep it respectful and chat guidelines if possible. And if you ask me a question, I'll try and answer if I can. If not, I'll try and direct you to where you can go and get some assistance with your particular query. At the moment, I'm still in the UK. I've left Grimsby and I'm going to be making my way to Valencia in Spain with a 5-ton load of roof lights, so it's not too heavy. I'm using a Mercedes Actros. It's on a 6x4 chassis with a 598 horsepower engine, or 600 to round it up, like that too. And it's got a 12-speed gearbox retarder. I'll wait till I get on a straight bit of road and I'll show you some of the outside of the vehicle.
Get ready to turn left.
While we go, so and if anybody wants to hop and join me, please feel free to do so. I'm not aim scare, mad type load driver, so I may be too slow and steady for some people, but it's the way there are rolls, so it's some 8-cam shots now of the truck I'm actually using, so I've got some light customization on it, I would say. I'm not going OTT with the tuning pack on it. Caught me before in here. Using a different truck each week on Promods MP. So some stream a couple of times a week, or try to, and each Monday I change into a different truck. So it gives me a bit of a variety of the trucks to drive, and also a bit of a change of view, because how many streams you go in and you see them driving the same truck week in, week out? So, hey, good evening Louise, and how are you this evening? I'm having a lovely quiet stream here. I'm glad you've come in to keep me sane, actually. Here. So, where I'm at the moment, I'm just about to go over the Dartford crossing, and I'll be heading for the tunnel. And I'm going across into France, and I'll be going down into Valencia in Spain. But that's a good bit of distance to go yet. Oh, I'm not doing too bad. It's not doing too bad. You know what I'm getting to be like me now.
Keep left and then exit left.
So how's your day been there, Bonnie lass?
Exit left. Keep left. Exit now.
So I'm just sorry about that last night. It's just there was really my heart wasn't in it when I finished that run, actually, for one reason or another. It's just the thoughts of actually what happened in those areas. I was thinking too much about that, so decided to end when I did last night. So I'm fine. I've been a bit here, there and everywhere, really a bit today, so come on this evening and do a few miles and share them with you all, really. So say all being well, I'll try at some point on Thursday to stream Utah when it's released, so join me then, and I'll probably be doing my usual one tomorrow night on the normal Promods maps, and that's so. So I know you missed the beginning, Louise, but
keep left and then turn
I left Krakow tonight. Got a load up to Grimsby, and then I've left Grimsby now, and I'm heading down to Valencia.
Keep left.
In Spain. So, and if you're watching earlier on the tunnel, it said like the French side, aren't you? You didn't really see changes till you get to coming on the tunnel, where this is all Pro Mods rebuilt area. The channel tunnel is when you come onto it. So yeah, good evening Jack, and how are you? So have you all been enjoying your bonfire displays and your fireworks, etc. then this evening? So Yeah, normally I'm chilled out. There's just me tonight. I haven't got anybody driving with me, so had a gaming guitar guy popped in for a while earlier and about a few things. Okay, and well, I'm very relaxed and chilled actually at the moment. Not like I was earlier today, but I'm not. Yeah, well, you know where it'll be like. You get fireworks up until about next weekend and what have you, because I know some people I've spoken to today aren't having actually there till next weekend and things, so... Oh, and then of course they'll start again in the run up to Christmas and New Year, like they normally do. And if I had kids I'd probably be more into them, but I used to enjoy when I was younger. What have you, but when you get older you sort of lose your appeal of them. Anyway, I did see the very beginning of an organised display fireworks tonight, without actually going there, because up to a neighbour's flat who lives in the upstairs flat and let me see him very well from their living room window, so... So going down to Skinning Grove. I've seen what the bonfire looked like on telly anyway, because it was on the local news here. And things, so... Yeah, it was actually. It's each year at Skinning Grove they try to do a different theme, and this year's was about what could have been the tallest man in the world then, which hailed from the village. In 18 summit, he was reportedly about 8'6", and went in circus, so use of that and like showman type of like big top and wear a marquee and what have you. They had mocked up and we're gonna burn that tonight. And that, so but as I say,
Turn left.
I've seen some of the displays over many years, so I know where to go and get a good vantage viewpoint another year if I want to go, because obviously living in this area that long you get to find out which areas are actually closed off to people. You go well above, up part of the on one bit of the Cleveland Way, and get a good view right down into there. Yeah, wait. I think that's a good choice actually when you've got kids. Sparklers are safer, aren't they? But we still had, like what we've all had on bonfire night, it's either we either have hot dogs, baked beans and jacket potatoes, or sausages, jacket potato and beans and stuff. That's just within our family. We had the hot dogs version tonight, which was very nice. But I think different people have different traditions for doing things, don't they? So not actually have bonfires in our own gardens now. We done in the oven, but years ago we used to do them in the bonfire. But sometimes it didn't taste that nice. It depends what we were burnt, what wooden that we got to burn. Oh yeah, we had the turnip lanterns as well. We never had a pumpkin one. Always turnip. Homegrown one. For lanterns, so... The pumpkin's an American invention. Like most of Halloween is, but... Still well celebrated, and... Well, I could go into religion on something here. Yeah, I know what you mean on that one. My dad used to carve ours like that, so... I think the worst bit... oh, they used to get all the stuff out of them, I don't know. So... Yeah, so continuing on, we still have 900 and something miles to go. Well, that Louise is. I don't think the knives will get as sharp as what they used to do them, is. Ours, what we were gonna use, we actually picked a few weeks before. Leave it, so it was actually a good bit. It was still up in shape, but it was a bit softer to cut. There, so... Yeah, it's another trip before I crash it. A bit more, so...
Keep left.
Yeah, it would have been like, but then you got the risk of them actually going too far too soft, so you had to get the timing just right on them. But I know... Wait, I don't know if this is traditional, but I've seen like right up shop, like up the streets near where I live. There was one house with, they had obviously the pumpkin lantern, and then also in the windowsill that had some like carved oranges with little tea lights in them, which actually looked quite nice when they were done. Especially since they were blood oranges and they still left a little bit of the red, well, the darker bits in them, what have you, so... Yeah, it does actually, so... Like, I do some things, doper stuff, couldn't get away with now. Like they used to do. So...
Keep right.
Oh, definitely can offend people dead easy. It's like, remember a couple of years ago I got some trick and treaters to the door, and there were stuff for Halloween and what have you, and I said to them, what day should you really be celebrating in this country? He said, Halloween. I said, no, it's actually the day after All Saints Day. And I hadn't even heard of it. Goes where it is like, so but it's like everything else, it's got too commercialised and what have you, so some of the true meaning of things is actually not where it used to be. What? What's bloody hell for?
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Have I done something to upset you now, Louise? I said something. Yeah, that's it, presents, and then bear with this these days is, notice this right, is not knocking you if you're guilty of it, but there seems to be tendency now, if it's a kid's birthday party, that the adults have to get absolutely sloshed up.
Exit now.
Yeah, I didn't for a lot of years till actually old lady who lived next door years ago told me about it actually, so mind you, she was a Jehovah's Witness, like. I'm not knocking them, won't knock anybody's religion anyway, so, but so I'm fairly neutral on things like that, but all of them have good and bad practices in among them, so I've got the knack of floating gears yet in this truck. No, and I don't, but how many of them do you actually go to that the adults are sat there knocking the Prosecco or wine, or no, it's gin that's in favour these days, isn't it, people?
Exit now.
Yo, I'm not a big drinker these days. I was at one time, so, but I didn't have a problem with it. Yeah, there is, definitely. So it's not a 5 or 6 year old's birthday party, is it? Really, so, but again, people's tastes have changed from jelly ice cream and lemonade these days, haven't they? Well, it used to be. Now they have to have fancy bought in specially made cakes and stuff like that, and if they don't get them this, that and the other, the kids sulk. It's a form of abuse and what have you, so, but I don't think half the kids would survive actually out these days. Out, like, I was brought up my generation, and even those that's a little bit older and younger. That way. I haven't really been hammered since day my dad's funeral. So mind you, you don't get drunk so much if you drink. If you drink at home and don't go outside, you don't get drunk as much as if you went to pub or went outside to drink it. So in the past I've had some terrible hangovers if I've had to drink wine with a meal or a function. Wine, they're the worst hangovers to me. And what have you, so yeah, like I go through about 1 to 2 bottles of whiskey a year, so I don't drink that much, but I haven't been in a pub for quite a while, but when I do go out I tend to drink, depends what beers they have, because I'm not keen on lager, I never have been. Or if they haven't got decent beer, like, I'll drink Guinness. Because you don't need to drink as much on that because it fills you up. Does Guinness. And it's good. It's supposed to be good for you as well. I don't mind cider, but it has to be like proper cider, like the scrumpy type of cider, not the White Lightning or Three Hammers or whatever else it is to drink these days. Because I had enough of drinking that, make me sell ill on that stuff when I was really younger, that stuff. And I might shave my hair again before long, so you might see a bit of a change. What's grumpy? Stuff, oh, you can't beat it, especially if you get the really strong specialist stuff. So some of the stuff from the microbreweries, the beers that have here are actually quite nice. Because some of them's quite strong as well. Try any that's local to you. Yeah, oh it is. But I used to prefer it to what. So I was used to be the White Lightning drinkers, and then there was the other sugar water stuff. Lambrusco used to be another one that was quite common and cheap. We were teenagers and drinking illegally. But I'm sure a lot of people have been through that. Well, I don't know so much these days because all it's on the Xboxes, PlayStations, computers or what have you, so they don't actually socialise much. Yeah. Yeah, well, there's no shame in admitting it, a lot of people are, or were. But look at it, it was part of like the ritual and the part of growing up, wasn't it? So, not how many times you throw up after having an hangover, you never seemed to learn for a long time, did you? You know, when you were younger, it didn't seem to knock you out as much as it does when you get older, like, but you've got that to come yet. Yeah, I don't think kids need drink these days because, as I said, I spend a lot of time on Xboxes, PlayStations, computers, or whatever else, smartphones and that, and then they seem to, some of the youngsters seem to bypass the drink and go straight into like the dope, the weed or whatever, or pills or whatever it is they have these days. So they can walk around and look like zombies and think that they're normal. Yeah, well, I was played out a bit, but not a real lot, because a lot of years I suffered a lot of bullying, so be close, but I'm amusing myself doing other things, and I did go out occasionally, and what have you. And I reckon now many of you there,
and then exit right.
when there was a youth club disco on that was local to you, or a school disco, how many of you went and did booze in the woods or surrounding areas to your school and that? Beforehand, you just go and have a drink, go to the disco, stay there a while, leave, go and get some more of your drink, then go back in. I'm sure we all did that. But there was also a cruel twist to fate there. It is. I was still living in the then where I went to school. So when it was school, when it was school disco time, just all them on the same dates and what have you. So we were crafty enough and we skinned when we'd left school on YTS on a day off. We used to know where all the stashing points were, so we went and used to drink some of it and get a free drink out of it. We were cruel buggers at the time. Yeah, Mad Dog 2020, Alka Pops. Yeah, we had like quite used to have quite a few little ideals, like bottles of miniature, half bottles of like spirits and what have you that we'd managed to acquire. Not always by legal means either, but I was never caught doing it. But how many will add a bit to that last part? Mind you, we'd had that done to us before. That people knew where people used to stash stuff and hidden it in woods and what have you, so then when you search it to score, you used to be crafty, you used to got very minty breath, so that was suspicious, so you used to do another little technique. I didn't go the mint route, I went somewhere else. Have a few little bits of raw onion here for our new breath stunk of booze, because the onion used to disguise it quite well, and then they think you just had a burger or something for your tea. Yeah, if you pick the right hiding spot, like where it's got those woods and like a little stream, but it's mainly in the like woods or out some of the trees that used to hide stuff. But I used to have quite a secretive little hole, actually. It was well away from where everybody else had held theirs. It was actually, I used to put mine in the bottom like a stream. It didn't run very fast, so it was always there. Bloody lovely and ice cold when you got it, like, so. The cabins there, it's a spot just up near the waterfalls that are in the woods. I used to use mine. Yeah, another thing about school days is skipping school dinners and going to the local chip because the food was obviously a lot better, or what have you. Yeah, Tarzan swings and all sorts. Used to have ideals for smoking in as well. There's various other things. So I don't know if to get the tuck shops and vending machines like we used to. Yeah, well, I used to nick my dad's backy a little bit, like roll a few out of it, because you never used to realise too much, or times did paper around where we used to have to go outside through the back road of papers. If the few was in, he was saying to us, there used to be nobody actually much in the shop side. There was no cameras or anything then, so you used to be able to slide sell the odd packet or pouch of baccy and stuff like. Wait, it was the £1/2 blocks of baccy that you could get at actually easy without him noticing you did it, really. So yeah, wait. Did the money went on chips and stuff, the chocolate bars and some of the crisps that used to be in the vending machines. Used to be in schools, but they're not there now. So I think there are people in, there would be more people who would be slightly ashamed to admit the things that they used to get up to when they were younger, but I was no angel, but I was at that age. But like golden age of childhood's gone, I think now. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think kids would even have the energy or something to get up and go to plan or things like we used to do to get away with. Even get up and do paper round. Post office that's nearest me that delivers papers on a morning. He was struggling to get a paper boy or girl. Nobody wanted to do it. So he ended up doing it himself for a few weeks. So things. Yeah, it's like school of cross country running used to be a good job for this guy. Because we used to have to do longer circuits of the woods, but we knew a couple of years at school we got a different PE teacher that didn't know the area, so we used to just take shortcuts till he got wise to it, and then he used to set off and run the route in reverse, and if he didn't pass us all by a certain point he'd know we were up to something. Yeah, wait. I got a paper round when I was 13 or so, and I did that till I left school. So that gave me a bit of money, and then I went on YTS, which was paid £29 a week when I was 16, and then I got 30 something when you got to 17, and then that ended when you're 18. Did that, but it was better than now. Used to gamble man away, and then have no money left for petrol for me moped. But I at that time. So yeah, it's like I think breeding kids is bred into kids these days. But there isn't much work ethic, is there, about? Like a lot of the youngsters these days. So done various training courses and that here and there, and I've worked the working life. Alright, I'm not working at the moment, but I'm a home carer, so that's classed as work. Not that the government sees it like that, but you put the amount you actually get for doing that, and then you have to spend at least 35 hours a week doing it, so how much fuel have I actually got left at the moment? I'm going to try and make some fuel, if not I'll have to emergency it. Again, no, definitely not now. But there will be the exception, but it used to be the majority, but now there's not many at all, so you know, I say like from getting into college and uni, and that's a lot easier now than where it used to be, so yeah, it is before I was like spend a good few hours a week going I'm going up and down there, and then you're all of a sudden call 24 hours a day and stuff if that happens, so For that I get some income support and carriage premium top, and it works out about well, it's less than £110 a week I get for that. If I was doing full-time care I would get more than double that in a place, so but it is, I don't have to sign on or look for a job, but going on to it and didn't know, they encourage you to take the job seekers rather than the income support. It pays exactly the same, but with job seekers they still expect you to look for work as well. So no, it isn't a real lot at all, so but that's it's life though. If I don't muck up here,
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
we've got this fuel station. I hope that should be just down here.
Turn right. Get ready to turn left.
Yeah, it's just up through the roundabout.
Turn left. At the roundabout, take the third
The
exit.
fuel, so I'm not doing like it's worthwhile
Find a new
doing, but
route. Get ready to turn left. Turn left and then turn right. Turn right.
I will do, Louise, and thank you for dropping in, and we'll have to continue some of this conversation another time when you drop in. So I could talk for hours to you. So I'm gonna continue this journey now onto the Valencia now. Okay, Louise, I'll look forward to you dropping in actually, pet. It's always a pleasure to talk to
At the
you.
roundabout, take the first exit.
You think there's something we can talk about? Just when you're next in
Exit
stream, we
now.
shall talk about that.
Get ready to turn left.
Okay?
Turn left.
And you know I like flirting with you now and again, so not that I'm not good at that. Anyway, cheers for dropping in, and your pen still come first actually, so go on. See to one of your little girls there. I shall get this run finished, I hope, tonight. Barring computer playing up like it did last night. Just put normal map on there, so we are somewhere in France, somewhere near Clermont area. So So hopefully I should have enough fuel now to last till the end of the journey here. And if you're still watching and enjoying the stream, please feel free to leave a like, share it out on social media, and subscribe to the channel and ring the bell for more notifications when we go live or upload more content next. Things so, I hope you're all enjoying your evening, what's left of it now, and you've enjoyed the fireworks and bonfire displays that people have put on, or local authorities have organised for you, wherever you may be. The either world, good evening from UK, good night, good morning, good afternoon, if you're anywhere else. To this beautiful world of ours. And at this time of year, you can, the time just having a minute's contemplation at about 11 AM on Sunday morning, just to commemorate the reason for the Remembrance Sunday and things. So to do with that, because the armistice was actually signed on the 11th of November at the Great War, or First World War, depending on how we look at it, officially ended. To commemorate the war dead at the time, and the event run just primarily by the British Legion, hence the Poppy Day appeal. And you see people wearing poppies because charity is still going now, known as the Hague Fund, General Hague. With it initially to raise money to help the surviving soldiers through their various trials and tribulations and some disabilities what they come to, and also rate those that's died. Now I know it's not really a thing nowadays because that actually came to an end 101 years ago, but there's still support soldiers now that have left the army, been involved in more recent conflicts and what have you. So it's, well, charity to actually support, especially since some of your way nowadays many of them left the old veterans from the Second World War or had ancestors that fought in some of the many campaigns and conflicts there, or lived through some of the severe hardships that the conflicts caused. So we've tried to just remember those and the innocent people who lost their lives. I would say the British side, but it would be okay to commemorate those from other sides. It's generally, I look at it, it's for all, not, it was set up for some Commonwealth mainly, but it is all that should be commemorated on, no matter what side they fought for, because the losses will have just about been the same for those as what it was for the other side. And death is affects person differently, but it's all the fact that they've lost a loved one or a relative and what have you. So well, I don't normally get political on this channel, so but if it's called like sometime this month, there will be a potted history of what led up to both conflicts and some of the key moments involved in those. So I've got a route plan now if I ever get it organised to do. Going to do that in your spare time, and it's catching somebody who's helping me to organise it as well, though, and we both free at the same time due to family and other commitments. But I'm sure we'll have a banging session together one day shortly, and then it'll sort something out about it. So channel growth, well, it's growing slowly, but I'm doing better than I thought I ever would. So that's all thanks to people who actually take time to subscribe and spend time within the channel there. And things are quite a few community of smallish YouTubers, and do help each other out. So if anyone's watching and you haven't checked out anybody's channel that's actually something in the chat, like Louise ASMR and the Game Guitar Guy earlier, just go and check their channels out. Guitar Guy obviously does games. Farm Simulator, he's recently bought himself the American Truck Simulator, so he's been doing some work on that, and he's done some ETS2 videos as well. As he live streams occasionally, and Louise ASMR, some unusual but quite fascinating, interesting things in her videos. So some different relaxation techniques and things like that in them. So yeah, that is just check out her channel. You might find it very relaxing. I do. So she's a lovely lady. Usually pops into nearly every stream that I do, and have a chat together, and sometimes flirt with her. But she's just a good all-round human being, like you all are, who generally come in to this channel. And I appreciate spending some time with me this evening. If anybody would like to contact me via email, there's an email address in the description there, whitby1975@virginmedia.com. And I won't ask for donations, but if anybody wants to freely give something, to contact me on there, I can give you a link that will tell you how to do it. And all the money that I raise will be going towards the channel. But as I say, that is totally up to yourselves. There, and across a little bit of traffic here. I think this gentleman is travelling with the gentleman in front, so I won't hold them up or get in the way, but he's got a slight little bit of lag on him on me, so just I'll ease back a bit, let them clear, then I can speed back up a little bit, so there's no need to cause any problems on here, really, so and I'm just having a nice relaxed chill drive. I don't want to get involved in trying to race them and what have you. He's either had a very good lag spike or the waiting. But I slowed down there to let them go ahead, and they've actually stopped to let me pass, which is actually quite courteous of them. So that's why I've just been kicked from the server, but for no apparent point, so just have to be careful when we come out of ghost mode, where actually the other trucks actually are on the they're either updating the servers or refreshing them again. But we had this a couple of times last night when I had a server kick. We should be connected back on now, which we are. And either they're speeding up to catch me up or I'm catching them up. But this has been happening on the Chuckers MP servers for on and off regularly, so me in well in the south of France now. Things aren't it's neither into Spain or Andorra, forgotten which it is on this road, but across the mountains here. And then we'll be going down into Valencia. Back in the cab so I can concentrate on what I'm doing here. Things. I'll try not to break the barriers tonight or get stuck in them. And I hope they've fixed the hole that was once upon a time in this map down this area. So it's fine on here if you're courteous to most of the drivers on the map, you don't get any problems, but then there's all the idiots on these servers as well, so I'll take this load to drop off tonight, so no problem there, I hope. And then we'll
Keep
pick
left.
it up from somewhere on the map the next time I stream on this profile. I hope. Yeah, number I have on the server's changed from what it was before, because we may get kicked off the server again and automatically reconnected. We may not, but if I do get kicked off and not reconnected, don't worry, I should be able to still bring this journey to an end on the stream. And yes, there is toll roads in Spain as well. If you weren't aware of that fact, if you haven't been on the, if you've just been on the top area of the map around the Kirkends Quarry, some areas of Iceland and along you've been. I'm not ventured to explore any other bits of the map. There's a lot more to explore than up there. That isn't on the default map. Oh, pardon me, but I've had beans 2 or 3 times today, so I might occasionally jump. And good evening and welcome to the stream now. If you've just joined, I'm currently in Spain, heading
right.
down to Valencia. Left Krakow on the beginning of the stream. I took a load up to Grimsby, and then I picked this load up in Grimsby and bringing it down to Valencia in Spain. I still have 216 miles or so to go on this job, and like what you're saying, share it out on social media as usual. Leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And there's a Discord link there that you can join freely, me via that, or there's an email address as well in the description, as well as a link to join the Road Warriors VTC, which does have a couple of requirements. Right, well, I've just been kicked from server for unreliable connection, so I'll bring this journey to an end for you. Don't worry, that isn't a ban. And thing is, it just means that the internet's playing up one of the home plugs I use, so you will not be seeing any traffic now with me not being on the server, so I'll still finish this job off, and then it's a bit of a waff on to reconnect and what have you, and it does take a few minutes for me to reboot everything that I need to, so about that. So there's one good thing though, no matter what I do I can't get banned for it. We're not being on server, so when you kick from a server it just disables all the traffic still, so and there's nobody driving with me, so I don't have to. Log back on and drive with somebody else, so this stream was from promods MP server 1, but at the moment I aren't on the server. I got kicked off it for unreliable internet connection, but that could be their end rather than mine, because I've had that a few times where check ping times, everything's been okay during the streams and what have you, so
Keep left.
mind you, Chuckers MP will be working on an update at the moment because 1.36 of ATS was released today, so that could be why they're having a few server issues with one or two things if they're updating things so it's compatible with that version of the game, because when I started this stream ATS wasn't compatible with MP, but sometimes I can do it in a couple of hours, sometimes it's a couple of days before things get the current game version, so yeah, keep that one in mind as well. So I've got 178 miles to go, but this job will still be logged by truck books for the VTC, so I'm not too worried about that at the moment. So yeah, if you just join and watching, no, you will not see any traffic on this at the moment because I think MP servers have been having problems. I was kicked off, then reconnected, then kicked off, and then with what I've just found out via some other people on Discord that there's a lot of people got kicked off for unreliable connection at the moment, so it's a bit up and down like a bride's night on a wedding night at the moment. So I've got to finish this job up anyway tonight, so you'll have seen 2 long jobs from me tonight. We're going from Krakow in Poland up to Grimsby, a load, and then this load I collected in Grimsby and brought it down to, I'm bringing it to Valencia in Spain. So
Keep left.
if you like what you've seen, you can leave a like, feel free to leave a dislike, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Get notified if we go live or upload videos. Feel free to share out on social media. So if you're watching, let me know in chat so I can greet you and have somebody actually to talk to, because it's been a while since I've had any movement on the chat. So don't put anything in chat, try to keep it clean, keep it in English, don't do religion or politics really in here, so please keep it in English because that's the only language I know fully. Check out the links in the description. There's one to the Road Warriors VTC, which is a very small friendly VTC which you can join with charge I4. We have a 3,000 mile a month requirement minimum on HS2, 3,000 mile a month minimum on ATS, I think if you only have one of the games, I think it's 6,000 miles. That's run by Mr. A Sim. There's a link to my Discord in there, which is only very small at the moment, and there's a email contact address for you if you'd like to get contact with me that way. Yeah, feel free to. Other than that, just sit back, relax, and enjoy what's left of this stream. That will be ending when this job's delivered. Chuck a bit tonight's the Mercedes-Benz Actros. It's got the 598 horsepower V8 in it, and it's on 6x4 chassis. I've got 12-speed retarder, shifting manually. And yes, I know I smoke too much, so there's nobody needs lecturing me on that. Got that and boring old kit really. You'll go to the channel's main page, you'll see some links of recommended channels, so if you'd like to go and check some of those out, that's fine by me as well. And check out each other in chat. Geordie SMR has published some videos of different relaxation techniques, and quite unusual really, some of them to me. And Gaming Guitar Guy was in earlier. He does some gaming videos, he does time lapses with commentary and music on some of them and things like that. Videos. And Mr. Ray Sim was in earlier. He's in channels, check him out. He's an all-round nice guy. He shows different games, and he also runs a VTC which I'm driving for, which I've recently become a dispatcher for that company as well, so I want you to sit back and relax and enjoy. Not that there's much to see tonight, because just kept getting played MP. You'll know that the servers have been resetting and kicked me off reconnecting, and then I got the old one that come up that unreliable connection, but apparently a few people's had that one as well about the same time, so it must be on their servers then, because monitoring the stream as you're seeing it, and it hasn't buffered or anything once, so if you're watching it on the live streaming thing on YouTube on a separate computer to what I'm playing the game on, so it's because I had a older very low spec PC kicking about, and that's what I use it for. Instead of going and getting a laptop, I wanted to turn them on. I thought I might as well use what I had really, so this game is being played and streamed via the computer specs that's in the description down there. It'll tell you what I'm running, processor, graphics card, what RAM I have, etc. That I'm using G29. Setup, wheel shifter and pedals. And the webcam I'm using for the first camera is a Logitech C278D. It would cost me about £22. I'm very impressed with it actually. The headset what I'm using cost me under £20. So you can say I'm streaming on a budget setup, but it's doing the job. I hope. And I'm streaming using OBS as well, so I've got approximately about 36 miles left now, so that won't take me too long to do. If I don't make a mistake on which road to take down here. I haven't been down here yet on this profile, and it's a long time since I've on any promods profile, so
Keep right.
I wasn't in convoy with anybody tonight, so when I got off for connection thingy, I decided not to reload the game in, just decided to bring the job to an end for you, so and the fact that I'm still driving and I was on MP, I haven't been banned or anything that I'm aware of. It normally tells you there. So it says I've got unreliable connection, yet the stream and everything's been running very smoothly throughout all the points, so it's just one of those things. And there's also a link for Chucker's MP site, so to MP you can go on there and check it out and download the program what you need.
Keep
And also
and
there's
then
a link
exit
to the
right.
promods website there, which you
Exit
can actually download promods for free, or if you want to
Keep right and then
get
turn right.
all the files except the def file, which has to be generated
Turn
separately,
right.
you can pay it's
Keep right.
well under £1 for the main promods pack, and then it's around about another 50p for the Middle East add-on, which all of those are fully compatible with Chucker's MP. The only thing that's available on the promods website that isn't is the trailer and cargo pack, what they do, so
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Keep right. Turn right.
I'll just go around up here, and
Get ready to turn left.
we already picked the discoverable up off the other road, so
Turn left. Recomputing.
turn around in here, cover the ground anyway. There's nobody with me and I've plenty of time left.
Turn left.
Here, so
Turn left. Get ready to turn right.
I'm going to turn off and drop off into Norskin here
Turn right.
in Valencia.
This is where it ends.
See if I can park this trailer now. Things. And the fact that you're still seeing this as smooth as what you are just proves I haven't lost internet connection, doesn't it? Yeah, how's it going, Trouble Shuffle? Not bad. I was kicked off the server for unreliable connection, but I wasn't that far off dropping the load off, so just dropped the load off, and I'll just drive now to somewhere where I can actually park up for the night. So I'll go back to the Scania dealers for now. I don't own any ownables down here. I'm not planning on buying any yet. Down on this particular part of the map. I don't like leaving them in businesses if I'm going off, so too bad. Dealers are okay because normally non-collision anyway, so way. That's good, Truffle, because that's just been released and it are going to be shortly. So they're bound to be having a few problems like on a fresh release, aren't they, of things, so yeah, so ladies and gentlemen who's with me for a while, I'm gonna call it a night there, and to thank each and every one of you for spending some time this evening joining me. So it's 10:10 for now. Stay safe, Rose. Don't have to mess. Goodbye till next time, which should be tomorrow night, I hope.